take place. Back to the mall in the old school days, kicking it back with stories exchanged. This is before everything changed. Oh, 245 at Mickey D's, Sears catalogs and memories. Eclectic is taking you back. Just turn the page. Took me far. Everything changed.
Before everything changed. So back in the day, before everything changed, we went outside. We went outside and we played all day. We didn't want to go inside, and parents would have to force us and threaten us to go back inside. But the best thing about going outside was we would play these games. And we would play these games and everybody knew how to play the game. The best shit was no one really ever taught you the game. You just played them and they were the same everywhere. Every block, every city, every state, every year. No internet, no social media, no older brothers or sisters. I was the only child. We were out there and we were playing the games. And I'm going to go over the top 10 games that we had, that we played. And it was, so here's the thing. All right, first, let's get a couple out of the way. A couple out of the way because they don't really involve the setup. And you'll understand what I mean by setup in a second. So number 10 is hopscotch. All right. It was really a girl's game when I was coming up. Shut up. You try to cancel me if you want. But I never played it. Okay, that one time. But everybody was like in the house. And there was out the chalk. It was, all right, shut up. But somebody would get chalk and draw the little boxes. And then you get a rock and toss it. Again, no one taught anybody anything. But you toss the rock into the number and then you hop around and then you get the rock and you hop back and do the thing and you do all the numbers, right? It was not very complex. We're doing the top 10. Number 9 is Double Dutch. Another girl game. This one I never actually did, but it was so dope to watch. The chants was dope. They was fucking doing all of the shits. You could tell when the girls didn't like the other girls because they'd swing the ropes really fast. And this was back when you had those beaded jump ropes that looked like hollow Mike and Ike's. Some kind of pro kids and clear jellies just to going on the Double Dutch. Now there's then number 8, actually number 9B. I'm cheating. Shut up. All of the hand clap games, the Miss Mary Mac and the slide and the double and all of them shits.
Shame. I don't wanna go.
Again, no one taught you how to do it. It was just put your hands up and then smack, smiggity smack. And then girls was Big Mac fillet of fish. It was dope. No one knew where these games came from. It started with patty cake, but they took it to another level. Number 8 was racing in the streets. Now, this was a staple. This was a staple because for some reason in the 80s at least, you just wanted to be the fastest person. You just wanted to run and be faster than everybody. It was, if you wasn't gonna fight, like, but I'm faster than you. All right, nah, let's race. That was pretty much how you solved the beef. I was like, what? let's race then. All right, let's race. And then you get somebody that stand in the street with their arms spread out, and you about a block away, and then everybody else is on the sides, and then you have somebody to say on your mark, and if you're depending on your neighborhood on your march, because they didn't get taught anything, but get set, go, and you just run, and whoever slapped the hand first won, and then the beef was over. It's like, nah, because also you were too tired to go again, so and you were too tired to fight, so it's like, all right, let's just play some other shit. So that's what it was. Okay, now, all right, we're not getting to we're almost to the part where you have to do the pre-setup, but number seven is kickball. Now that's the best team game in the hood, and no one had an official kickball like the plum color. There's just a kickball that they had at school. No one had one of those. It was always someone's dirty volleyball from their volleyball badminton set, because it would come with a volleyball. But the thing was, none of my friends ever had the volleyball badminton set. That ball just ended up so. Of course, we stole it from. I don't know, but it was always a dirty volleyball in the neighborhood, and that was the de facto ball for kickball and dodgeball. That was also but we didn't play that as much. But kickball and oh, don't roll the balls too fast. You gotta roll the ball slow so I can get a good, you know what I mean? And then you had your bases, and then home base was always a porch or a tree, and kickball was super dope. All right, so now we're at number 6. And number 6, all of the rest of these required the pre-setup. And again, this was back when no one taught you this stuff. No one, it just happened, and you just learned it by osmosis. It's like, all right, we're getting ready to play. All right, let's get ready to play, everybody. Put your feet in. Wait a minute, what? No, put your feet in. Or put your hands in. Bubble gum, and a dish. How many pieces do you wish? Or my favorite was my mother and your mother were hanging the clothes, and my mother punched your mother in the nose. What color was the blood? And then you spell out. Basically, you just had to figure out. You had to knock people out. You had to figure out who was it. And depending on the game, you didn't want to be it. But you were it. But you put your foot in, or put your hands in, and to come up with the fucking dishy ice cream, dishy out. And then when you get old enough and you start understanding how it actually works in the math, you knew who to pick first so that the numbers worked out, so your friend cannot be it. Oh, what a time. Dishy ice cream. Dishy out. Anyway, so you will have to do all of those so you could play number 5. Number 5 is tag. So you had to find out who was it, and whoever was it, that was the one that had to do all the chasing and tag people, and then once you tagged, you was out. And you will find home base, again, typically a big ass tree or somebody's porch or some steps, the stoop. And then once the person that was it either tagged everybody, or the remaining people got to the home base, then you start up again. That was pretty much it. Man. Now, number 4 was tag, but we took it up a notch. Hide and go seek. And if you were a whore, hide and go get it. We play hide and go get it. And guess what we got? Nothing. We got nothing. It was just because we were like 6 and we didn't know what to get when we went to go get it. But we try to touch. All right, anyway, never mind all of that. obviously you put your feet in, you put your hands in, you find out who's it, and then you got to go to the tree or the steps or the stoop or the porch and turn around, close your eyes, count, and not peek, and everybody go hide. Oh boy, we'd find all of the hiding places on the roof of garages and bushes and trash cans. And well, I think one time I just went in the house, just like, you're not gonna find me in here. I just wait till I hear people like, oh, and I just come outside like, whoa, where was you at? I was eating pizza. I was having a time. Anyway, but the hide and go seek was dope. Hide and go get it. When you started liking girls more than just wanting to punch them in the arm, you know, that was also a fun time. Then see, then you took hide and go seek up another notch for number three. Now we're at the top three. The top three, number three is freeze tag. Freeze tag is incredible because you first and now put your hands in, and we're gonna dish you your ice cream and bubble gum your dish. It's all kind of dishes, by the way. But once whoever was it, you'd turn around. So here's the thing. So you count, and then everybody would hide, right? But the point of this was to get to home base. But if you got tagged, you weren't out. You were frozen. And so you just had once wherever they touched you, whoever was it, touched you, you had to stay like that, frozen, until somebody else who hasn't gotten tagged or who's on base come and touch you, and then you're unfrozen, then you can run to the base. It was strategy. And so you would get tagged, and then you're like, yo, come fall me. And someone's like, yo, I'm on base though, I'm safe. And then you got to risk getting off base to go get them. And then if you can, it was a whole thing. But it was over when either everybody was on base or frozen. And that was, to us, that was great fucking times. And you needed nothing. You didn't need a download. You didn't need no DLC. You didn't need no VC. You didn't need a Wi-Fi connection. You didn't need a phone. All you needed was 2 hands and 2 feet in a tree, and we do that for hours. All right, so number two shouldn't be number two, but I'm putting number two here. Number two should be number 5, and everything get bumped up, but. I will admit, now we played the hell out. Number 2 is Mother May I. Oh, the gayest game in the history of the games. I'd rather play Double Dutch, hopscotch, while I'm playing Double Dutch. But no, Mother May I was the game. So you find out who the mother is. No, guys, we never played this by ourselves. We had to have the girls play with us, and I. All right. Anyway, for those of you who are new to this game, I'll explain it to you. People that know this game are probably also laughing right now as I try to. All right, so you figure out who you put your feet in. So you figure out who's mother. Fucking shit. And so then they'd stand away, and then everybody else would be in a line, right? We'd be in a line, and a horizontal line, not in a single file. And so you would say, Mother May I do stupid shit like take 2 steps forward, or take 3 baby steps forward, or take a giant step forward, or spin, or Cinderella it was weird. And then you say, Mother, may I do this? And then they say, yes, you may. And then you do it. The whole point was to get to the mother. And once you get close enough to tag, then you won. But then they would say, no, you can't. and then you can't to keep you from doing. I don't really remember what the incentive was to saying yes. I think we just said we beat you up if you don't. I don't know, but that part is a little hazy. But I remember playing some Mother May I. Um, you know what? You know what? I think I skipped. I skipped. Now that I think about it, I skipped number six. Number six, because I was so getting, I was so ready. Number six is King of the Hill. Number six is King of the Hill, King of the Mountain, King of the Hill. It depends on where you are, what you called it. But basically, what you do is you find out who was it, put your feet in, and this is one of the times where you actually wanted to be. And so you find the biggest hill in the neighborhood, or one that was big enough, and you'd stand at the top of the hill, and everybody else is down at the bottom of the street. And basically, you say go, and everybody rushed to get to the top of the hill. And your job as being it was to beat the shit out of them and roll them back down the hill. They can't get up there. So as soon as somebody get up close, smack, push, shove, knock, and they'd roll back down. And whoever, if someone got to the top and tagged you, then they won. And then you just start all over again. It was a brutal game, but it was, the girls were like, yo, can we play? Well, you don't want to play this game. Because we get in trouble. Because we're not going to take it easy. We'll smack. Trip. So, but yeah, King of the Hill, King of the Mountain. But number one is the classic. Number one is the greatest outside game of all time. And you know what? Depending on your friends, you could just say the shit while you're out. You could be at brunch just drinking, and you can say the shit while y'all walking away from brunch or going to the car or whatever, and it would still it would get them one time, at least one time, and then you might end up playing if you're drunk enough. But it is red light, green light. Can you imagine? You're just like, all right, yeah, nah, 1, 2, 3, red light. I've depending on your friends suck, they won't, but everybody else will stop. Like, but basically, for those of you who don't know, it's almost like Mother May I, but way better and way, anyway. You stand up and you had the line, and then the person calling is 1, 2, 3, red light, and you gotta stop. And then it say green light, and then you can move. And your job is to get to the person that's calling it out. But if they say red light, and they either, some people turn around, other people close their eyes, but when they open them or when they turn around, if you move on a red light, you're out. So, you know, people like to stop and be on one foot. You can't, and then you just pause and be like, I'm not even gonna say green light yet. Let me see how long you can stay on one foot. And but it's a fucking Squid Game. Yeah, everyone knows Squid Game now. But yeah, we played that. I would hate to think, because kids don't play anymore, I would hate to think that there's a generation of people that think Squid Games came up with fucking red light, green light. I mean, we didn't kill anybody. It would have been fun. Oh man, could you imagine if Squid Games would have came out when we were little? We 100% would have had super soakers. Just I would have been on super soaker. So someone's playing doing the red light, green light, and then when somebody moves, you just light them up with the super soaker. Oh my God. Why didn't we think of that back then? Now I want to, hey, all right, everybody's listening to this. Come meet me at the park. We go play red light, green light with super soakers. Oh my God, why didn't we? That is incredible. Anyway, that's the list. Those are the games. Those are the go in the house and put on your play clothes, take off your school clothes, go outside and play all day. Those are the top games. If I missed a game, let me know. If you did something different, let me know. If you had different rules, let's talk about it. But I appreciate you guys listening. Hey, because this was before everything changed. I'm out.
This is before everything changed.
Before everything